Hey, everybody, welcome to the SkyLounge podcast, episode number 156. And as always, thank you so much for joining me today and listening in. If you are new, welcome, and check out some of the other episodes on the page. All episodes are available on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Music, so make sure you are subscribed so you can get notified for a new episode every Tuesday. Make sure to follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at the SkyLounge. Stalk me on Snapchat at DA13IG5EUNG. Let's get started. Boys and girls, the Jumbled, Jargonized Jubilation of the Jangling Joker. I procrastinated again. Yeah. Skimpy episodes on a Tuesday again. I know. Slacking on the writing and the movie watching. And I'll tell you what, boys and girls, that's the Achilles heel of this podcast right here. If I struggle to get neither of those things going, it's going to be fucking trouble in paradise. Right? If I don't write out a weekly writing or watch a weekly film, I automatically dig myself in a hole, and thus, this is the result. But, you know, the thing is, I feel like I'm in a physical slump after Atlanta. My body hasn't been feeling 100% the last few days, mostly because of personal mismanagement, but hey, shit happens. And yes, that's basically code word for excess smoking to the point of fading consciousness. You know, sometimes that's how it be, boys and girls. That's how it be. But the time rolled on. And of course, Halloween. Didn't dress up and just went to the hockey game like a normal person. It was the Vegas Golden Knights versus the Montreal Canadiens. And of course, Vegas loses that in overtime, 4-3. But, ta-da, folks! I'm usually a boring cat in real life. I don't really get dressed up. I don't really get worked up over Halloween and shit like that. But it's funny because I love how Halloween has just removed all pretenses of being fun and kid-friendly into just a complete slut-out. And I mean that for both genders, okay? Dudes basically shirtless and with their dicks hanging out, and chicks are basically whipping out them titties. I mean, it's a peculiar time. I will say that, but I neither have the confidence in my body nor the interest to do any dress-ups. And even if I did have the body, okay, even if I did have the fucking body, do you think I'm actually proactive and, you know, doing shit kind of guy? You think I'm that guy? Even if I had the body? No, I'd be a lazy piece of shit because I'm a lazy bitch. I mean, seriously, and this lazy bitch usually just does the 1 or 2 social outings each month. You know, that kind of mandatory shit your friends drag you into. And I just crawl back into my cave and embrace my sports ball and curl up and die. Because that's how sports ball does to you, boys and girls. I mean, that's what it does to you. And all the time, you know, I get offered like, hey man, let's go out. Hey man, you should come on out. Like, hard pass. And it's not anything towards those individuals. It's not. I've said it to those people multiple times too. Like, it's not you guys. It's me. And I know people hear that shit all the time, but it is me. I don't really like going out all that much. Because at the end of the day, it's money, it's time, it's energy that I don't really feel like expending on. And again, when there's sports ball, shit, I'd say that's more interesting in terms of what it's offering to you narratively, and the action that you get to see on a week to week, or I mean day to day, depending on what sport you're watching, right? Because I swear to God, each day of the week there's some new sports ball going on, and I get to watch and be a part of it, and you know, and just talk about it, which is basically what I do the YouTube for, right? You know, we'll record all those videos, talk about a fucking sports team. And granted, boys and girls, I always say this, I don't really care about the numbers at this point. I tell people all the time, I don't really care about viewership. I don't really care about anything like that. What I genuinely care about is how confident am I in what I'm saying? And did I do the due diligence of research on my own part to talk about certain things? And if I don't know certain things, I mean, it's all about just being honest, right? And to a lot of people, that shit just goes over their head. Like, oh, dude, why are you doing this? You're not getting any numbers. You're not getting any viewership. If you did this. Whenever I hear suggestions, which I don't really care about, I'm like, okay, cool, man. Like, I don't really need to hear that shit. No thanks. No thanks. Is it arrogance? A little bit. But I like to call it knowing what I want to do and understanding that I like to take my own route. I like to figure things out my own way. And if I do receive help, it's generally because I place confidence and believe in the competence of the individual giving me the advice. But generally speaking, there's not a lot of those people out there. There's only a handful that I trust in my life. And I'm not really going to name them. It's like, oh, I'm going to sniper everybody up. Like, no. Like, why would I do that? That's a terrible idea. Singling people out like that, like, no. I'm just telling you people, like, there are certain people I listen to, and most of you fuckers out there, I will not listen to you. Why the fuck would I? Why? Give me like 5 good reasons. You're a human being. Congratulations. Most of us are. 5. And all of that is to say that we got sports ball in our lives, boys and girls. We do. That we do. And of course, sports ball is pretty damn fun. Except if you follow Arsenal Football Club. Yeah, they blow leads, and the head coach is an arrogant fuck who thinks that he's doing everything that is working right, but it's clearly not. It's clearly not. I'm at this point with this club where if they do something positive, I am pleasantly surprised. I take that in stride like, okay, cool, man. That's awesome. Something good happened. Let's move on. But if something fucks up or something negative happens with Arsenal Football Club, I'm already at this point of like, okay, cool, man. Like they're fucking up. Not even surprised. Kind of expected it. Fully expect them to fuck up first. And not just in matches. I mean from the personnel standpoint, from the fucking management standpoint. I'm not even surprised. Granit Xhaka had this whole fucking issue where, of course, you have the shitty Arsenal fans booing him, slurring at him, making threats to his wife and kid, like, you fucking piece of shit. You're not Arsenal fans. But simultaneously, in that emotional state, Granit Xhaka throws his captain's armband and throws his jersey to the ground. That's not a great sign. If you were a designated captain, that is not a great sign. So he gets vacated as captain, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is now given captaincy. But this is the kind of shit I kind of expect from Arsenal. This is the kind of bullshit that I usually expect from Arsenal, and that is basically what being an Arsenal fan is at this point. You expect the worst fucking things, and when they happen, it's like, okay, cool, we kind of expected this because of their general shittiness. But if something positive happens, like, oh, great. Isn't that nice? Great. And that is no pleasant way to be a fan. It's not. But that's what Arsenal does to you. Unlike the Seattle Seahawks, who, by the way, boys and girls, the Seattle Seahawks are 7-2, and they are going to be headed into Monday Night Football Week 10, November 11th, against the 8-0 undefeated San Francisco 49ers. And last season, I remember we lost in San Francisco against the third-string quarterback in Nick Mullins. But fuck it. I think the Seattle Seahawks can get going. And it will be all, generally speaking, due to a certain man named Russell Wilson. Yeah. We may not have the Legion of Boom like years back, but we got Danger Russ. And I still can't believe there are morons who think Aaron Rodgers is better at this point of the season. Or, generally speaking, through the entirety of their career, I would argue Russell Wilson's better. Sorry, kids. That's just me. There's also a little point of contention where people keep telling me, oh, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Christian McCaffrey. All right. Russell Wilson has led his team from deficits almost each and every first half, for majority of our games because we can't fucking hold leads. Nor can we hold anybody on defense. But Russell Wilson, week in, week out, he does everything to bring us back into relevance and to bring us back into a game when we're out. He's always the reason why we're going to have a chance. And he's the reason why we are 7-2. And I know, motherfuckers, I know football is a game. There's so many moving pieces. But listen, man. Russell Wilson just does Russell Wilson things. And this man is an MVP. I don't really want to hear anything about it. I mean, if he's not the MVP, fine. Let's go for the Super Bowl MVP. Arrogance, maybe, but it's Russell's time. It's Russell's time. His ascendancy is obvious, and If you fuckers deny it, it's like, all right, you're just a little hating ass bitch. I'm not sorry about that. You're just a little hating ass bitch. You're gonna bitch and complain, like, Russell's not that great. Dude, majority of you fuckers cheer for a team that's not that great. And yeah, you're probably gonna have that, like, fucking dozens of assholes who are like, oh, I'm a Patriots fan. Yeah, well, no shit. Because you love cheering on them when it's easy. Of course you do. And then you got the other fans, like a motherfucking Minnesota fan, or a motherfucking Buffalo fan, or a motherfucking Jacksonville fan, like just fucking bitching at you about your quarterback. Like, yo, dude, when you got mediocre fans talking shit about a good quarterback in your own franchise, like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't need you to say shit. Shut the fuck up. Like, understand where you're at. Understand perspective and context. This is the whole thing with certain sports ball teams where I flat out know the level we're at. Like Arsenal Football Club, I know exactly what kind of mediocre ass club they are. So I kind of settle at this point of like, all right, we're not that good. But Seattle Seahawks, man, I mean, you got an MVP caliber player right now at the quarterback. And despite the fact that the defense hasn't been really up to snuff, the record speaks for itself. And goddamn it, boys and girls, I wish I could have that kind of confidence and arrogance with my fantasy football team. Here's the thing. I enjoy the process of, picking players and looking at the numbers in fantasy football. But when you lose, right, you've only won 2 games in a fantasy football season. It's like, dude, I'm already fucked. I'm in the bottom 3. I'm not even fucking salty about it. At this point, it's like, dude, well, I fucked up. I fucked up my draft, and this is how shit goes. And at one point, it's just like, what, man? It's okay to lose for me. I mean, it's money. Like, certain things, when it involves money, I'm not going to fucking bitch and freak out about it. Like, fantasy football is something fun. Like, if you lose, you lose. If you win, damn, you're winning. That's good. But it's funny enough because I'm in the bottom 3, but relatively speaking, I feel like I give decent enough advice on football with my noob-ass eyes. But as much as I can dish out the advices, I can't take it in for myself. So have I become football hitch? Perhaps. And you know what? Betting hasn't been solid either. I've been on a terrible betting streak the last 2-3 weeks, like just going 0 for 4, 0 for 5 on all my 2-teamers or 3-teamers. Like the parlays have been killing me right now. So it has not been a good week of NFL action the last few weeks. So there you have it, boys and girls. Football sometimes kicks you in the dick, but sometimes it raises you up. Just like that fucking song that Josh Groban can sing really well. You raise me up! I can't sing, so I'm not going to even attempt it. I mean, I did, and it wasn't that good. And it's on the fucking recording. So there you go, kids. You're welcome for that awful bit of audio. But guess what isn't awful? Guess what isn't awful this season? The Lakers. Right? The Lakers are 5-1 to start the season. Ladies and gentlemen, let me repeat that one more time. My Los Angeles Lakers are 5-1 to start the season. I haven't felt this much joy watching a Lakers team in a long time. Because majority of past seasons has been, I wonder what draft pick we're going to land on this year. Oh, shit, I hope we tank for Lonzo Ball. Oh, shit, I hope we tank for Brandon Ingram. Oh, shit, I hope we tank for yada, yada, yada. Now it's, oh, shit, we're winning games. Oh, my God. I wonder what seeding we're going to get in the playoffs. That's the kind of fucking excitement this new Lakers team has right now. And it's, of course, led by LeBron James, who's having a resurgence here in these first 6 games. Anthony Davis, who is as everything as he's been advertised to be, and more. I mean, I've seen this guy live a couple of times in New Orleans, and he's only scratching the surface. I'll let you folks know that right now. He's only just scratching the surface as to how good he is. And a very surprising third guy who has really taken the charge and this new opportunity to boot. It's Dwight Howard. Ladies and gentlemen, I genuinely cannot believe I'm saying this, but Dwight Howard is one of the most fun aspects of these last few games for the Lakers. Dwight's redemption story in these first few games has been unbelievable. I love watching Dwight play right now. Everything about his energy, his focus, his mentality, it's all there. It's everything we wanted from him. And of course, it's a different time. It's a different context back when he was with us. And I'm not going to lie to you. I never hide the fact that I was frustrated with Dwight's tenure with the Lakers back in the day. But right now, even if you were a Dwight hater, man, I'm looking at these games. I'm watching Dwight, and I have to even eat my own fucking words from the offseason. Man, what a great pickup. Dwight has been a revelation, and I hope he keeps it going. I hope he can stay healthy. I hope all the Lakers can stay healthy so we can go on a fucking tear through the playoffs, because Lakers basketball is back, ladies and gentlemen. The fucking pick and roll between LeBron James, AD, I mean, you could put Dwight in there too. The fucking defensive effort by all our cats, Danny Green, Avery Bradley, who is going to be out for tonight's game against the Bulls, but Kyle Kuzma coming back from injury, looking like a much better player on the defensive side. I mean, listen, offense is nice and all, and we want Kyle Kuzma's offense, but key to any winning team, boys and girls, is this tired old cliche, defense. Defense wins championships. And let me tell you what, boys and girls, this Lakers team's got me feeling good. It's got me feeling real optimistic, and I cannot fucking wait to see what else they can produce moving forward. Now, there are teams that get a little snagged up early on. And my Golden Knights always do that. They do. They've been blowing third period leads again. Yeah, they've been blowing third period leads again. Is this our MO now? Is this going to be our MO? You're going to start blowing third period leads and say, it's not our fault, it's the refs. Like, no, you blew a third period lead. It's your fault. It's your fucking fault. Take ownership on that shit. And yeah, you got injuries kind of piling up sometimes within the hockey league. And you got Alex Tuck, who just came back after 2 games, injured again because of a really just unbelievably dumbass douchebag hit by Dickhead Lowry of Winnipeg. And he gets no suspension for that. But okay. That's the NFL for you. NHL. I confuse those two things up because they both hit hard. But H has ice. Huh? All right. Or it's just me confusing words up. Shit, boys and girls. Letters are confusing at times. Yes, they are. What's also confusing is the Dodgers. Because regular season gods and then just shit out in the playoffs. Yeah. And the regular season gods, if you are that, you get some kind of recognition. Finalists for Cy Young and NL MVP is Ryu Hyun-jin and Cody Bellinger, respectively. I doubt Ryu stays during this period of free agency. I feel like he's going to sign with another, NL West team. I really doubt he stays. I really doubt Ryu Hyun-jin stays. But as for Cody Bellinger, the question is, all right, man, how can you finally translate regular season goodness into fucking postseason greatness? Then all of that will be answered in the offseason, potentially. Potentially, yes. And for me, baseball has been dead since that terrible Game 5 of the NLDS. And I'm just waiting for spring training. At this point, I'm just waiting for spring training. I'm not waiting for anything else. It's been a fucking bummer being a Dodgers fan. But, I'm still a Dodgers fan. Till the end. And end meaning whether I die or this team dies. Right? And, not getting killed repeatedly in the playoffs. I mean, like, relocation or this team completely dissolves. Some shit like that. That's what I'm talking about. But with all our hopes dissolved, and if I haven't said this on the previous recording, I just want to say congratulations to the Washington Nationals on capturing your first World Series ever in franchise history. And yes, the city of Washington, D.C., well, not really a city, but D.C. itself, has won as the Washington Senators back in 1924. And of course, that team became the Texas Rangers, with the Montreal Expos, the actual predecessor to the Washington Nationals. And remember, boys and girls, this is a franchise from their Montreal days to their Washington days as the Nationals in recent years. This team has known nothing but heartbreak. They had a generational talent, Bryce Harper. He signs with the division rival. And the chance and likelihood of this team making it to the playoffs, I believe around April or June, somebody posted up on the MLB, Instagram page, was 0.5%. To even have a shot at the World Series, it wasn't even a 1% chance. But they did it as a team. Pitching, defense, depth, tenacity, great fucking management. They did it. Wild card, NLDS, NLCS, World Series, every single step of the way, they proved their doubters wrong, and they got the win. And I hold no animosity towards them. I do not. A deserved champion won the games, let's be honest, games, and got the deserved win. Happy for the Nationals fans. Happy for those players who stuck it out. And congratulations. From a salty Dodgers fan who is a mere moments away from breaking down, because thinking about the Dodgers just makes me really depressed. But congrats once again to the Nationals. So let's move on, boys and girls, to some final bit here. And yeah, boys and girls, this hasn't really been the prototypical format for the podcast. It's kind of been all over the place. Mostly, a little bit of topic of the week sprinkled in there. Mostly sports ball as our good chunk here, the meat. But I'm going to lay some cheese on you. Kanye West, Jesus Christ is King. I know people love to criticize this album, but honestly, I enjoyed it. And yes, boys and girls, please take into context that I am a huge Kanye West fan, and I literally ran out of a wedding reception party to listen to this album outside in the parking lot. Shit you not. October 25th, this album drops late in the afternoon. I only find out about it at a reception party. I run the fuck out of the goddamn party. I get in my car, put on my fucking headphones, and listen to this entire album. And obviously, the religious overtones are all over the album, but the aesthetics of what Kanye West does on this album is nothing short of genius. The man goes through a spiritual transformation, by all accounts, and how Kanye presents himself for this album's concept, but lays out the mechanics of what made him truly great. I believe this album, I genuinely felt we have Kanye West back. One of the best rappers to come out in the last 2 decades. Sorry if that doesn't sit right with you dopey motherfuckers. But mechanically, aesthetically, this is Kanye West. This is Kanye West at his best. And for those of you who trip up because, oh my God, religious allegories. Dude, I'm an atheist. I'm a fucking atheist. I'm listening to this album. I felt a little awkward in the first few minutes, but once this gets rolling, once you just hear Kanye just lay out his brain, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. And if people can't look past that, I feel sorry for you. I do. And it's all the same fucking dumbasses who are like, oh, dude, Kanye West is wearing a MAGA hat. Man, holy shit, man. Hey, listen. Most of you motherfuckers can't formulate your own fucking thoughts nor opinions without social media telling you, because you fuckers went broke because you're woke. And if you can't fucking think your own independent thoughts, if you can't formulate your own ideas, and you just have to go with this mob mentality of fucking, Trump sucks, MAGA's terrible, everybody white is racist, then you're a fucking idiot. Go fuck yourself. Okay? I tell this to everybody. I don't give a shit what race you are. I don't give a fuck what gender you are. Just do your job. Just do what you gotta do. I don't give a fuck about any of that. Okay? Who are you as a human being? What are you as a human being? your race, ethnicity, gender, age. I don't give a shit about any of that motherfucking thing. I don't. I really don't. Like, you could be a 70-year-old douchebag. Well, you gotta respect the elderly. You're a douchebag. You're stepping on everybody else. Fuck you. I like to be honest. That's my greatest flaw. I'm too fucking honest. And fuck you people. Fuck all of you. Because all you motherfuckers out there just want to bash on everybody. Just want to fucking get on everybody because it doesn't meet with your life projections. You're a fucking loser. Let people live what they want to fucking live like. Kanye West, do what you want to do. Except rape or murder. I emphasize this shit on the fucking podcast and everything else I do. No rape and murder. Other than that shit, have fun. Have at it, man. Do what you want to do. Hey, man, listen. I bitch and moan all the time, and it sounds like that on the podcast, but generally speaking, life is good. Life is great. I hate people who say that phrase, fuck my life. Because life isn't just your bullshit, insignificant problems that you make up in your fucking head and boil the pressure up to 100 because you're all secretly fucking masochists. But it's so many moving pieces that make up an unclear but crazy whole. That's life. All this fucking bullshit all swimming up, all added up. That's life. Mix that in a blender. That's life. Life is good, y'all. Even when it's not, it's good. For me, it's simple. It's simple, okay? I'll tell you the things that make me happy in life. Right here. I'm alive. I can walk. I can move. I can think. I can talk. And I can feel. And hell, I can shit and I can eat. That's already more than what some or a lot of people, depending on where you're at, than a lot of those motherfucker people got, man. Okay? So I'm not going to fucking complain. Not going to complain about the little bullshits. I complain about certain things. I do. But at the end of the day, I know life is good. I do. And ultimately, boys and girls, procrastination resulted in a bang average episode for you hoes. That's some honest shit for you motherfuckers. You're not going to get that anywhere else. So, folks, thank you so much for joining me this week. Make sure you're subscribed on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Music for a new episode every Tuesday to hear me butcher more words and fuck up my pronunciation and enunciation. Make sure to follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at The SkyLounge. Stalk me on Snapchat at DA13IG5UNG. Now, fuck off.